Hello, and welcome to Embracing the Fight. I am Erica Lamar, your digital creator and host. And if you've been with me since January of 2023, you will know that Embracing the Fight is about normalizing the conversation surrounding physical and mental health issues and concerns. And as I say every week, nobody wants anyone to know the issues that they're going through or the things that they're dealing with because they don't want to be looked at a certain way. And then some people, they don't want pity, they don't want charity, they just want things to get better. But at the same time, a lot of people don't realize that things get better when you start to talk about it, you start to share, and you start to actively do things to help get it better. So that's what Embracing the Fight is all about, making sure that we talk about these things so that we no longer suffer in silence. And if you are interested in being a guest on Embracing the Fight, please send me an email at operations@diversitydesigned.com. Again, that's operations@diversitydesigned.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube, all under Embracing the Fight. Now, you have to put an underscore at the end if you want to look at it on Instagram, because someone beat me to that tag. So it's Embracing the Fight underscore on Instagram, but on all other platforms, it is Embracing the Fight. Now that I've gotten all the business out of the way, I'm sure you're wondering, what is it that, is on my mind today? Of course you did. That's why you tuned in. So there's been, some things going on. And I know if you happen to be one of my Facebook friends, a couple of days ago, um, I was reminiscing about the loss of a friend that was very dear to me. Her name was Rakiva Deanne Thomas Kelly. She died 22 years ago on August 25th. So that was August 25th, 2002. And it got me to thinking about, just life in general. So today's message, the episode topic is amongst us. So what really got me thinking was her personality, in general. I know a lot of people tell me, oh, you never meet a stranger, you talk to anyone, you'll go anywhere, you'll help anyone, you'll do anything. But just imagine me magnified. That was the type of spirit that Kiva had. And I had mentioned on Facebook that I kind of, would have welcomed, I think that's a good way to put it, welcomed a good word, from her, some level of encouragement for what I was dealing with. But God decided to send it, in another form. So oddly enough, um, I was out and I said, you know what, I need to do something with my eyebrows because I looked like I had two little caterpillars sitting on my face. No, my eyebrows don't get that thick and pretty anymore, but they just look kind of wild. And there's nothing nice or clean or, professional looking about wild eyebrows unless, that's your thing and that's your business. But I'm just saying for me, that's not, the most professional look to have wild eyebrows. Well, anyway, I got in my car and I drove over to just, little regular nail shop. I didn't see, anyone in there. And I said, I don't know if that's a good sign or bad sign because it's a nail shop. I don't know, but whatever. Anyway, I have been there, a couple of times before, but I was also, going to purchase groceries and I had just washed my car and all that. So I said, let me just go ahead, get my eyebrows done. So I go into the nail shop and they are very nice. They're very kind. They ask me what it is that I need done. And, if you go in a nail shop, the first thing they do is they look at your nails and the guy at the counter, he was like, you don't need your toes done. I was like, I know, I already got my toes done. He's like, you don't need your nails done. I was like, no. And he says, but your eyebrow. And I was like, yes, yes. That's what I'm here for today. I need to get my eyebrows done. Well, he called over one of the ladies that was working there and she came over and, she told me to, come on back. Well, when I went back there, she asked me how I was doing and I told her, I was like, everything is fine. And she was complimenting me and telling me, that my hair was very pretty and that I was dressed very nice. And I just had this, air about me that she felt drawn to me, that she could talk to me. So I was like, oh, okay, that is so sweet. And she started to tell me about how she came to America. And she was saying that she did it all, for her children. And for the last 11 years, she had been working, in pure hell because the person that she was working with had brought her over, and kind of like partnered with her to help, her kids have a better life, one, but she's supposed to be like a partner in the business. But once he got her, over here and the kids were in good schools and doing good things, he started changing stuff. And every time he started to change things, she wouldn't be comfortable with it, but she was like, I don't know anything else and I don't know anywhere else to go. I will just endure this. And the whole time, she's watching her kids grow up and, good things are happening with them. Now we're at a point where, her kids are grown and they told her, Mom, you need to leave this place because you've suffered long enough. And when she said it, I was like, man, think about all the times that, you had in your life where you were doing it for the good of someone else. And they came back to you because they realized that all of their goodness came from your suffering, right? So she continues to tell the story, and I'm just sitting there like, man, this lady don't know how much I needed to hear this, because I too, was suffering because I was in a place where I felt like, my thoughts didn't matter. Um, I wasn't being utilized to my greatest potential. And there were so many other things that had gone on that I had reported and said things about, and nothing happened. And as I was thinking those thoughts, she said, but you know what? God has the final say, in all of it. She said, because after those 11 years were up and my kids were doing well, had their own job or they had their own business or they're in college. She was like, they're all doing well. And they said, now's the time. Now is the time. And I'm just listening to it. Mind you, I got my eyes closed because I don't like to look when people right here, in my face, poking on my eyebrows. And she said that people started getting nastier with her when she gave them the courtesy of telling them that she was leaving. She explained that right before Christmas, she was going to pack up her items. She had told the guy, pack everything up and I'll be out of your hair before the new year. Well, when she came in, she had customers that were coming in, while she was trying to pack up. They intentionally placed multiple customers on her, so she wasn't able to really pack and everything. And then when she finished up her work, for the day, she went to her desk, her area in the back, and she saw where they had piled all the trash, all the dirt, nail clippings, whatever you could think of. All this crap was on her desk. What did she do? She didn't do what I would have done. But what did she do? She said she went back there. She took a trash bag. She cleaned everything off. She wiped her desk down. She put her items into her box that she's going to take away. She took the trash, threw it in the dumpster, and she came back. And she went to them and she said, thank you for the gift that you gave me. I know that Christmas is coming. Thank you. She's like, but if there was anything that you needed me to clean or anything that you needed me to do, all you had to do was ask. And she grabbed her little box and she left. Well, let's fast forward. Um, this has been maybe a month, she said, since she's actually been here. Now, don't be sitting here thinking, oh, she took a long time doing your eyebrows. Yes, she did, but there was no one waiting. And the reason she was taking so long is because she was telling me the story and we were having a conversation. And she works with people that value, human interaction and caring about, the folks that are amongst us. So she was saying that since she's been gone for a month, one of the other workers there called her and told her, oh, the owner so many bad things are happening. His son is having issues staying out of jail. We have been robbed. We've had all these horrible, things to happen since you've been gone. And she said, I'm not saying that it's because I'm gone. She said, but maybe I ushered in the presence of God to protect this particular shop. So not necessarily, but it was because of me, but it was because of what was on my life. And I was like, ooh, that'll preach a whole sermon right there, ma'am. Because now that you're gone, all these things are befalling these people that meant harm to you. And now you're on the other side of it looking back. And she touched me on the shoulder and she said, wherever you are, wherever you were, and wherever you're going, take this spirit and this light that you have with you. God will protect you. Because sometimes we stay somewhere too long, suffering, when He has so much better for us on the other side. And I was just sitting there going, man, lady, you just don't know. So then when I was leaving, out, she was like, come back anytime. I would just love to, talk to you. I think I made a new friend. And I said, I'm going to go, and let her do my nails when it's time. Because she says she does do, nails and all too. She doesn't just do the facials and the eyebrows. But that said something to me. One, what if I never even asked the lady when I walked in, when she was saying hello and asking me how I was doing? What if I had been very gruff and kind of nonchalant, just, you doing a service for me. I don't want you talking to me while you're doing a service. Now I understand some services, require, peace and quiet. Like if you go to get a full body massage, you don't want to hear about everything that's going on in the world. You just want your body to relax. But something like eyebrows, something like nails, things like that, that kind of stuff, it costs you nothing to be kind while a person is talking to you or while they're providing you a service. And if I hadn't, you know, had the time to talk to her or just to listen to her story, I wouldn't have got what I needed to get that I thought I needed when I was thinking about my friend. God sent it to me through another person. And it helped me to think of things differently. It helped me to want to open my horizons more. Is that you? Is your life so crazy and so haphazard that you're not taking the time to speak and say hello, to smell the roses, to take a walk, to go on a bike ride, to just go out in public, just get some sun? I mean, what is drawing you away from living and being the best version of yourself? It shouldn't be that you are loyal to a job where they're not treating you well, or you don't feel like you're getting the benefit of everything that should be coming your way. Now, sure, a lot of you might be saying, oh, it's because of the money and money pays bills. But you know what? There's a lot of jobs out there that pay money. And there's a lot of jobs out there that will value you. Or there's something inside of you that God has placed in you that you should be doing that could become a job, and you can employ others, and you can teach people how to be the right type of owner, boss, manager, whatever you want to call it. You can be the example for these piss poor managers and directors and and just people in upper management and the C-suite. You can show them what it's like to be a godly manager, godly owner, because everything that you have, God gave it to you. So why not let His presence be where you work or be in everything that you do? So stop walking by folks, me mugging them because they're smiling at you and you having a bad day. Smile is free. Even if you don't have teeth, you can smile, with your mouth closed. If you don't want everybody to know that you don't have teeth, because the more pleasant you are, think of all the positive energy that continues to come back to you. Because if you notice, negative energy begets negative energy. So if somebody frowns at you, you're not gonna, your face is gonna automatically wrinkle up too, unless you like me and you kind of silly, you might just smile, to yourself. But sometimes that makes people angry too. They angry, you smiling, but who cares? Smile anyway. Because you don't know the effect your life has on the people that are walking amongst us. And you think about it, you riding down the highway, it's a car over here full of people, it's a SUV full of people, it's a van full of people. You got all these different vehicles on the road, and they contain people. You may not ever meet these people, but the way that you drive, the way that you act on the highway, the way that you move can impact someone else's day. It can impact your day. You have an accident. You never know what can happen. But you have to really pay attention to all the lives that are moving around and amongst us. Why? Because we make up the neighbors that God talks about when he says, love thy neighbor as thyself. So if you don't know your neighbor, how can you actively love them? Sure, you can say, oh, I love him or I love her because they're my neighbor. But when you come face to face to a person that has a need, someone that just needs to talk, and you turn a blind eye or you turn your back on them, is that truly loving your neighbor? So let's take some time out to focus on the people that are walking amongst us, because you may just get your spirit fed by talking to one of them, or you may feed their spirit by sharing your story as well. Thank you so much for taking the time out to watch this episode of Embracing the Fight. Get out there amongst us and have an absolutely amazing day.